Yes, so the gist we are hearing right now is that they said Queen Naomi has stormed palace to pay Kabiesi a visit. As she said that she cannot do without him, like she want to start visiting the palace frequently because of what she is passing through on a daily basis. You're welcome back again to my channel. Nice meeting you here once again. It is my pleasure to have you here. If you are here and you are yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly help me hit the subscribe button and also turn on notification bell. Give this video a thumbs up. Like always telling people, my people, it's not a small thing. Remember that all these are all alleged speculated stories. They are not for sound information. But the fact is, you see Queen Naomi and Oni, there's no how they cannot live without each other, because they can't actually live without each other. Because the fact is, where love speaks, every other thing, doesn't matter. Because people have actually concluded, like the Oloris have actually concluded, that there won't be anything, nothing will come between Queen Naomi and Kabiesi anymore. That since Queen Naomi has left the palace, and also the way and manner Queen Naomi came on air to announce her separation from the palace, that Kabiesi cannot forgive her, that they cannot reconcile and all that. And that was what gave them that mind agreeing that they are going to be an Olori, that they will marry Kabiesi. If they had known that Kabiesi actually loved Queen Naomi to this extent that they cannot do without each other, of course, maybe, just maybe, some of them wouldn't have even agreed to marry him in the first place. Because make it make sense that at the end of the day, they are still talking about Queen Naomi. At the end of the day, people still love Queen Naomi. At the end of the day, people still wish that Queen Naomi goes back to the palace, saying that Queen Naomi is the light that the palace needs, is the queen that the palace needs. Now, in the midst of all this now, and with the way and manner, according to what we heard allegedly, that Queen Naomi and Kabiesi, are relating with each other, which the Oloris never ever expected that this will happen after their arrivals, after they are coming to the palace. Like, of course, there's always a tendency that every new wife always think that since the other wife is no more with the husband, that there are no chances that, or there are no possibility that this reconciliation will take place, especially maybe based on what the man must have said about the other woman. But the fact is, see, when you are in that kind of situation, every other person will behave the way Kabiesi behave. Because of course, how will you explain that each time a Kabiesi get married, this woman leaves, he marry, they leave? So even if there is the gods that said he should go ahead and marry 6 wives, or is the advice from the elders, or is the advice from the family, or possibly his own wish, whichever way, no, everybody, any other person that is in his shoe, we gladly, accept, even though that is not his original plans in all this. But of course, it has happened. But it was after everything that they said that Kabiesi now discovered that there is something between him and Queen Naomi that even he himself cannot explain. Sometimes they say when Kabiesi even is with Queen Naomi, he doesn't even know how he is related, like how he behaves. Sometimes they say you cannot see yourself. It is those who watch, who sees you, that can tell more of you than the way you would tell of yourself, because of the disposition you put out, because of the display and the character you put out, that you yourself does not even know that you have. And that is exactly what is happening between Queen Naomi and Kabiesi. That possibly that Kabiesi might not know that he actually love Queen Naomi so much, because of the way he relates whenever, especially that first outing, after a long separation. Because no one will ever believe that the way and manner Queen Naomi, Tadenikawo, and Kabiesi related, the way they bonded, the way the communication, the body language, nobody expected that coming. Nobody, like even those who has actually concluded that Kabiesi cannot do that, they were also very shocked that Kabiesi was relating with Queen Naomi, like they were still very much together. Who will believe this thing? You see the reason why they said in every rumor there might be an element of truth, because they say that sometimes the voice of men is the voice of God, and based on what people sees, they judge on they bank on it and they judge based on that. So that is the reason why now, according to what we heard now, that Queen Naomi has actually said that look, she cannot stay long, like all this long distance relationship, that she cannot cope with that anymore, that she want to be frequency the palace, she want to always make sure that it's always with Kabiesi, and they want to make sure that he frequents palace regularly more than before. And this was what they said he told Kabiesi, allegedly, because yes, why I always say alleged is because I am not there. I don't live in the palace. I don't have anyone in Ilefe. But as I get my gist on the street of social media, so I bring before your doorstep. So right now, my people, allegedly, this is what I heard. And of course, when I heard this gist, I was like, wow, you see what we've been hearing. So it might be that all these things we have been hearing all along might be true, that Kabiesi actually loved Queen Naomi so much, because who will not love Queen Naomi? Who will be in the shoe of Kabiesi that won't love Queen Naomi? Queen Naomi that will always be singing and eulogizing him. Queen Naomi that will, every little thing you see Queen Naomi singing, eulogizing, like it's not just singing that you say it's just song now. Songs that has meaning, songs that carries power, songs that will just make you forget yourself. That is exactly who Queen Naomi is. Queen Naomi is this one person that who knows exactly what Kabiesi wants, and he gives it to him. So because of the fact that Queen Naomi knows Kabiesi so well, when you know that a woman knows you very well, he knows exactly what you want, how you want it at any particular time. Such a man will not forget such a woman in a hurry, no matter what. No matter who stands before him, no matter how elegant, no matter how beautiful, no matter how eloquent that person thinks that she is, but in the heart of a man, it will still go to that woman who knows how and when to touch him in the way that no other woman could. So that is the reason why Queen Naomi right now, in the moment they said Kabiesi heard this, Kabiesi was so happy, he was so glad, because he has been waiting for this all along. He has been waiting to hear that Queen Naomi on her own will say, look, my husband, the husband of my youth, see, I cannot take this anymore. I cannot hold on anymore. I want to start coming to the palace frequently. I don't care what people say. I don't want to know how people will see this. Please let us put our differences aside. My people, this is what I came across on the street of social media. And I said I must come here and relate with you guys. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much for always standing by. I love you all. Appreciate you. God bless you. But remember, subscription is totally free. If you are yet to subscribe, all you need to do is just to tap on that subscribe button. And voila, it is done, my people. So, till I come your way again, do have a beautiful day. Bye for now.